A wooden puppet whose nose grows when he lies. Pinocchio. Now, we all know who that is, correct? So the person who created Pinocchio was a carpenter, an old man named Geppetto, and the two are indispensable to one another. Now, not just with dolls, but whenever we make something ourselves, we tend to pour our love into it. So even if Pinocchio had never become a real boy, I believe Geppetto would have loved him forever. Hello, this is Culture Crunch's DJ Joel, and today on Creme de la Creme, we have invited someone who, like Geppetto, pours his love into dolls. Now, we are going to meet him, but before that, we are going to listen to a song. This is Gail, or Are You Alive by Triple S.
You alive?
La 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 la. 저기 깜빡이는 불빛 손에 잡히질 않아. 때론 희망, 때론 절망, 그 사이 어긋난 채로 세상은 점점 더 화려하게 빛나. 근데 왜 또 숨이 차? 뛰어도 그만 더 멀어져. Yeah, my dear. 사실 난 행복하고 싶은 걸 누구보다도. 아, 보니까 너도 날 닮은 것 같아. 넘어지고 슬퍼도 그저 넌 내 색조차 안 하네. 우리 그냥 도망치자. 아무도 나 찾지 못하게. 더 짙어버린 꿈으로 초란 날 더 숨겨. 소위 광고 속 화려한 저 세상을 향해. 근데 왜 또 숨이 차? 뛰어도 꿈은 더 사라져.
If success is your goal, tune in to Creme de la Creme as we invite the top experts to share everything there is to know about their jobs. Now, today we have a guest, a Korean traditional puppet maker with us in the studio. That is, of course, a very unique profession to have. We have Dae-jin joining us in the studio. 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 네, 먼저 여기 컬처 크런치 가족에게 인사 부탁드릴게요. 예, 마이크 들고 말씀하세요. 네.
연희공방 음악의 갱 대표이고 한국의 전통 인형인 꼭두각시를 깎고 있는 음대진이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
Woo, 반갑습니다. Yeah, so before we start talking about the dolls, of course that is something very exciting that we're going to be talking about today. I want to explain what 남사당 놀이 really is because I feel like a lot of people might not understand, particularly our foreign listeners and watchers. But it is a traveling entertainment troupe comprised of male members. So if you come to Korea, you might recognize that a lot. But 남사당 놀이는 남자들로 구성된 유랑 연예인이라고 뭐 설명드리면 외국인들이 이해하기 쉬울 것 같은데요. 그거 맞나요?
네, 맞습니다. 예전에는 남자들로 구성이 돼 있었는데 요즘에는 남녀노소 불문하지 않고 뭐 전수자들과 이수자들과 그렇게 다 공연을 하고 있습니다.
Ah, okay. So, what Daejin did say is that a long time ago, traditionally it is comprised mostly of males, but these days, excuse me, everybody kind of gets to participate in it. So it's kind of become an all-encompassing, traveling troupe. So for our listeners and watchers, if you have seen the, traditional performances like on the street or at certain festivals and stuff, people dancing around, that is what we are talking about. Okay, so, and it has actually also been selected as a national intangible cultural asset as well. So are you a 남사당 놀이 performer yourself? So 국가 무형 문화재로도 선정이 돼 있는데요. 네, 남사당 놀이 이수자시죠?
네, 남사당 놀이 이수자 맞습니다.
Ah, okay. So you are actually involved with that yourself. Okay, so I ask because we are joined here in the studio by two dolls. Now, if you are watching the monitor right now, you will see that we have a special guest. We have a doll here and we have a doll here as well. And I want to ask because these dolls, they are known as 덜미 dolls, correct? And is that they are for the 남사당 놀이. Now, is that also correct? So 덜미란 무엇인가요? 한번 설명해 주세요.
덜미는 이제 남사당 6개의 기예 중에 하나고요. 꼭두각시 노름이고 한국의 유일한 이제 민속 인형극입니다.
Ah, okay. So this particular doll is for one of the 6 events that you participate in, and that it is also one of the only ones in Korea that participate in this particular production and event. Now, I also do want to mention that you are, of course, while doing this particular, performance troupe, that you do that, you are also, of course, a doll maker as well. And you are running a workshop called 음악 깽깽. Now, that name is very unique. It is kind of like, it's very fun to say. 말하기는 뭔가 좀 재밌어요. 음악 깽깽. So, 네, 현재 음악 깽깽이라는 공방도 운영하고 계시는데요. 네, 이름이 참 독특한 것 같아요. 그렇죠? 무슨 뜻이죠?
저희 연희공방 음악의 깽은 연희를 이제 만드는 공방이라는 뜻이고 음악의 깽에서는 이제 한자로 소리 음자에 어루 만질 맞자를 사용하여서 저희 단원들이 퍼페티어 전에 음악을 주로 하는 친구들이거든요. 그래서 음악을 어루만지고 갱깽은 대장간에서 나는 의성어를 따가지고 모든 오브제와 음악을 만든다라는 뜻을 가지고 있습니다.
Okay. So there is of course a meaning for what you are saying. The meaning of what 음악 깽깽 is, of course, 음마 means creating music by touching sounds, and 깽깽 is the sound of a blacksmith when a creator of objects. It's like a 갱 when you're like making something, right? So that is a very unique name to make, and it is very applicable because of the creative process being extremely hands-on. Now, the doll that we are holding here, I do want to say, just to clarify, so if you're looking at the monitor right here, this doll is the 덜미 doll, correct? So, 네, 여기서 만들고 계신 인형이 바로 덜미 인형 맞죠? You
네,
create these at the 음악 깽깽, correct?
네, 덜미 맞습니다.
Okay, so you do puppet, sorry, not doll. I keep saying doll, but it is a puppet. Okay, so you have also been operating 음악 깽깽 for a very long time now. It's been almost 10 years. You've been operating it since 2016. And is kind of all encompassing. You create the dolls, but the organization also works to create performances as well. 또 공연도 또 같이 하는 거죠. 그 인형도 만들고 공연도 같이 하고 막 그러죠.
네, 맞습니다. 네.
Okay, so it is sort of an organization that definitely fills in it has lots of responsibilities, your organizations. So I quickly did want to try, I briefly tried to do this behind before we started the show. So we actually did bring two of the dolls with you today. So please explain how this works and maybe show me and our audience how it works and explain. So 어떤 식으로 움직이는지도 한번 설명 부탁드릴게요. 쉽진 않을 것 같은데요. 그렇죠? It's not going to be that easy, I think.
이 남사당 이 덜미는 앞쪽에 입이 움직이는 끈이 하나가 있고요. 그 뒤쪽에 팔을 움직이는 끈이 양 팔에 연결이 돼 있습니다.
예.
그게 이제 몸통 안에 숨겨져 있고요.
네.
한쪽은 장대를 잡고 그 장대를 잡은 손으로 입을 움직이고 양 팔은 뒤쪽 손으로 잡고서 이렇게 당겨서 팔을 움직입니다.
네네. Okay, so just to briefly explain what Dae-jin just said is that there are many strings within the puppet, and that the string in the front. I'm going to try this. The string in the front moves the mouth like so, right? And there's a string in the back that moves both arms at the same time, and that there are also strings on the. You can pull strings on the sides here to move each arm independently. So just 쉽진 않아요. You have to be very good, I feel, with your hands to be able to be able to do this. So would you mind showing the camera maybe one time the movements? 한번 보여주실 수 있을까요? Because I tried it in the camera. It doesn't look that good, but I'm sure if you do it, it's going to look really good. Yeah, so you take some setup time here to kind of get the doll movements going. Oof. See, there's lots of dexterity involved here. 때리는 건가요? 아니죠. 춤추는 거죠. I asked if he was hitting, but it's actually dancing. Wow. See, when it comes, you have to have very good dexterity to be able to do this sort of thing. Because I tried it, and I think it takes a lot of practice. 또 연습도 많이 해야 이거 잘 되는 거죠. You have to practice a lot, correct?
네네, 연습을 해야지 팔에 힘도 붙고 이제 인형의 균형도 맞추고 수평도 맞춰서 이렇게 잘 움직일 수 있게 됩니다.
Okay. So, of course. There is, a lot of things to consider when you're also even making one of these dolls. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of craftsmanship that go into it. So I'm very curious about the process of creating these dolls. So 하나의 인형을 만들기 위해 어떤 과정을 거치시나요?
처음에 인형의 디자인을 먼저 하는데요. 인형의 성격과 나이와 이제 성별을 먼저 파악을 하고 그걸 토대로 디자인을 합니다. 얼굴 디자인을 하고 그 디자인을 나무 목판에다 옮겨서 그리고요.
네.
그거를 이제 밴드소로 윤곽을 따고 그다음에 코를 중심으로 조각을 합니다. 그래서 눈, 그 입이 움직이는 인형들은
네네.
인형의 뒤통수를 파서 그 안에 장치를 넣고 그다음에 인형 채색, 가발, 의상을 붙이고 어깨판과 팔까지 연결해 가지고 인형을 완성하게 됩니다.
Wow, okay. So Dae-jin, of course, said that making a puppet is not just throwing down a piece of wood and making a puppet of this caliber. Of course, the first things that you think about when creating this is the personality of the puppet. You want to start there. You also want to decide what maybe the age is, and of course also the gender. And from there, you kind of get a better idea of how you're going to create, what's gonna encompass creating this. Is of course the production process of the mouth, which is very important for creating puppets as well. And then also the appearance and everything that encompasses. And then you have the full puppet. So I want to take a quick look here at this picture here. So we are looking at a picture of, we have many puppets that you have created. I think 여기 사진 보니까 가운데 덜미? 네, 가운데 덜미는 이거 같은 덜미죠. The one in the middle here is the same, correct?
네, 맞습니다.
So that being said, there are many different kinds of puppets here. It's not just one. There are very many. So do you create very a variety of different puppets. So the one here is, I believe, 박첨지, correct? 박첨지 is the one that we have here in the studio, but 다양한 덜미 인형을 만들고 계시는 거죠?
네, 맞습니다. 박첨지뿐만 아니라 체록본에 기록된 다 모든 인형과 소도구, 대도구를 다 만들고 있습니다.
Ah, okay. So you are, of course, Daejin says that there are many different characters that you create in puppet form. So if you are looking at the monitor, you can see that. So we briefly mentioned 음악 깽깽, correct? So, okay. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what you use to create these puppets. So 그 만드실 때 재료 있잖아요. 어떤 재료를 쓰시는지 궁금하네요.
저는 기본적으로 나무를 쓰는데 나무는 이제 마티카 나무를 사용하고요.
마티카?
네, 올해부터는 좀 피나무도 같이 사용하고 있습니다.
Ah, okay. Matika. So Daejin says that, of course, there is a type of wood called matika that you use to create the puppet. So is matika considered a Korean indigenous wood? 이거 한국에서 자라는
아니요,
그
마티카는
나무인가요?
수입목입니다.
Ah, okay. So it is not a wood unique to Korea, but I also, if you are looking at the puppet here, sorry, I'm trying. It's very big, so I'm trying. When you're looking at the puppet here, you will see that there is hair, of course, involved, and also eyebrows and a mustache, a very old school mustache. So 어떤 재료로 이거 만드시는 거죠?
머리는 이제 양털로 하고 있고요.
Okay.
눈썹하고 콧수염은 이제 말 꼬리털로 사용하고 있습니다. 네.
Okay. Wow. So there's lots of different types of hair that you use. So the hair is actually the head hair is made from sheep's wool, and the mustache and eyebrows is made from the hair of a horse, and it's falling apart. It's coming off onto my lips here. So we did talk briefly about 음악 깽깽, and you are working with many different types of people, and I wanted to know if the people come to learn how to make the dolls. That's why they decide to work with you. So 현재 음악 깽깽에 어떤 분들 함께 하고 계시는지, 그리고 인형 제작을 배우고 싶다고 찾아온 분들도 계시는지 궁금하네요.
저희 단체에는 인형 제작자 그리고 기획 파트가 있고 그리고 작곡 하시는 분이 있고 작가도 있고 총 연출을 맡는 분도 있고 디자인을 하는 분도 있습니다. 나머지는 배우들과 이제 연주자로 구성이 되어 있고요. 그리고 저희 공방에는 일반 분들도 많이 배우러 오시고요. 이번에 이제 춘천 창의인재 사업으로 2명의 멘티가 일주일에 한 번씩 와가지고 저한테 덜미 깎는 거를 배우고 있습니다.
Oh, really?
네.
Okay, so it seems that okay, so Daejin did say that 음악 깽깽 has a lot of different roles. So, as we briefly mentioned, it's not just the production of the puppets, but planning, production, the actors, writers, and even composers for music that goes into these productions are all people that are part of the 음악 깽깽 crew, who we can see here on the monitor here. But there are people that are coming to learn once a week, right? To learn from the masters of creating these dolls, to come and learn how to make the dolls. So once a week is the number to look for. So that being said, I kind of wanted to take a deeper dive into some of the productions that you have made. And you've created many puppet shows that display these puppets. So I wanted you to kind of explain some of these works. So 덜미 인형으로 다양한 인형극도 직접 만들고 계시는데, 네, 대표작 좀 소개 부탁드릴게요.
예, 가장 저희 덜미 인형이 많이 나오는 거는 꼭두 80일간의 세계 일주고요. 저희 초연작이기도 합니다.
아, 오케이.
그다음에 연희도깨비라는 인형극도 있고 그다음에 아기돼지 삼형제, 오냐나무와 아냐벌레 등이 있습니다. 네.
Okay, so Daejin did give some of the representative works, and this is one that perhaps our foreign viewers and listeners will be familiar with, and that is Around the World in 80 Days. That's the English title. But another one that is really famous is 연희도깨비, which coincidentally, I must say that our lovely PD님 who runs our show actually went to go see this production of 연희 도깨비 recently, or last year. So Taeyun PD님, our PD, did go and watch that. And I heard that it was, of course, also very interesting. So let's take a quick look at what our lovely PD님 and what many people get to see all the time. So 한번 보실까요? Let's take a look at the video here. It's interesting.
흥덕아. 예. 흥덕아. 예, 형님. 빨래한 옷에 흙 뿌리기.
빨리 하세요. 흙을 뿌리면 어떡할까요, 형님?
다 된 밥에 재 뿌리기.
아니, 빗살밥에 재를 뿌리시면 어떡해요, 형님?
청소한 마당에 침 뱉기.
Wow, okay. So this is very it is very, I would say, it looks and seems and sounds very traditional, but what is the kind of the what do you call it? The story of 연희 도깨비. So 어떤 내용의 공연인가요?
뭐 전형적인 권선징악의 내용이고요. 나쁜 사람은 벌을 받고 착한 사람은 복을 받는다라는 그런 내용입니다.
Oh, so it's so Taejin did say that it is a very simple premise. That is that bad people get how would you say it? Bad decisions? Bad decision? No, bad results, and good people get blessings. That's kind of the whole premise of this production. So I also did notice that this particular doll that we have here, Pak Chomji was not present in 연희 도깨비, but is he in this production? So 연희 도깨비의 박 첨지 인형도 같이 나오나요?
연희 도깨비에는 또 다른 구조의 박첨지 인형이 나옵니다. 이야기꾼으로 나옵니다.
Okay, wait. So yeah, it is you have a variety of characters, including, the ones that we are talking about right now, of course. So I wanted to kind of know where, when you are creating these performances, right, there's lots of different ideas. You have to delve deep into tradition, as well as keep a modern twist, a modern influence on it as well. So 이 작품의 창작 아이디어는 어디서 얻으셨나요?
이 작품은 연희 도깨비는 저하고 부대표하고 동화책을 보던 중에 저희 부대표가 어떤 동화책을 읽고 이 인형이 목이 늘어날 수도 있냐라고 해서 가능하지라는 게 이제 시발점이 돼가지고 이 인형극을 제작하게 됐습니다.
Okay.
네.
So Taejin did mention that the vice president, I guess you could say, the person that you work with, actually read a book, a book, and that he kind of got the inspiration, and after discussing it with you did also kind of get that the idea to create this particular project, 연희 도깨비. So here's another really interesting question, and it kind of harkens back to the importance of keeping tradition alive here in Korea and also to the world, but keeping it in a modern age. So so 창작을 하실 때는 어떤 점에 신경 제일 많이 쓰시는지?
일단은 현 시대성에 대해서 많이 신경을 쓰고요. 그리고 이제 왜 인형극으로 이 작품을 만들어야 되는지에 대한 단위성에 대해서 굉장히 고민을 많이 하면서 창작을 하고 있습니다.
Okay, so Taejin did say that the most important thing to think about is, of course, the effect and the impact of what the story might have on modern society, but also the importance of using dolls. And is it something that you could imagine is important and it can be shown well through the medium of dolls? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if dolls work well with all of this. So that being said, some of the dolls, I have seen many pictures of many of these dolls, and some of them they can be very sad, they can be very cute, they can be also kind of scary. So when you have children, for example, who maybe aren't super familiar with tradition, right? They're not super familiar with traditional dolls. So how do children react when they see traditional Korean dolls? So 한국의 전통 인형들을 본 어린이들의 반응은 어떠세요?
들어올 때와 이제 나갈 때 반응이 다른데요. 들어올 때는 한국 인형고 좀 지루하지 않나라는 걱정을 하고 들어오다가 이제 나갈 때는 저희 인형의 행동을 몸짓으로 따라하면서 노래를 흥얼거리면서 그렇게 즐겁게 나갑니다.
Oh, so they get very excited. 좀 신나고 뭐
네네.
그러죠. Okay, so Taejin says that of course many not everybody in general is they're kind of concerned when bringing kids to a performance like this because you know, they might find them intimidating or very unfamiliar, maybe even scary. But when the performances actually start, the kids are singing along and dancing along with the performances, so they end up having a really good time watching this. So that's really nice to hear that even the young generation, 좀 어린 사람들도 좀 되게 즐기면서 좀 볼 수 있는 건 너무 좋은 것 같습니다. So that being said, to delve a little bit deeper into your career as a puppet maker. So why did you first become so interested in puppet making? Like, was there a reason or was there a time that you did? So 왜 인형 제작에 관심을 갖게 되셨죠?
일단은 그 목조각으로 나무로 인형을 제작하는 분들이 많이 없었고요. 그래서
네네.
제가 하고 싶은데 하고 싶은 인형극이 있는데 처음에 만들지 못하니까 그래서 이제 제가 이제 배워서 만들면은 제가 표현할 수 있는 인형극을 만들 수 있겠다라고 생각해서 이제 인형 제작을 하게 됐습니다.
Ah, okay. So Taejin did say that in order to successfully, kind of express emotions, express what you wanted to get across through a doll, you figured that, getting together, getting a passion for it, and working hard, practicing a lot, you'll be able to make the perfect doll to be able to express, your sentiments toward regarding the world and regarding tradition. But was there like a sort of a reaction to people around you? Were they kind of like, why are you doing that? So 주변에 반대는 없으셨나요?
처음에 인형극을 한다 했을 때 반대가 좀 많았어요.
예.
인형극으로 어떻게 뭐 살 거냐라부터 시작해서 인형극을 하게 되면 좀 오래 걸리는데 어떻게 할 거냐 이런 반대와 이제 걱정이 좀 많이 있었어요.
Ah, okay. So Taejin did say that, of course, a lot of people were concerned, like, how can you, carry on doing this, career as a career? Are you going to be okay? So a lot of people were worried, but it did work out. So that's good. So 잘 됐잖아요. So it worked out. So that's really good. So let's see here. So I've also wanted to know, like, it's a very unique, I would say, field to work in. So is there a teacher or someone in, that kind of taught you or led you to, create these dolls? So 인형 제작을 가르쳐 주신 뭐 스승님도 있으셨나요?
인형 제작은 제가 대학원 때 무대 미술과 수업을 들으면서 마리오네트 만드는 것을 처음 배웠고요.
아.
그 외에는 제가 이제 전 세계적으로 제가 관심이 있는 그 멘토분들을 찾아다니면서
네.
그분들한테 직접 배웠습니다. 인형을 보고 깎는 걸 배우고 또 만져서 한국에 와서 깎기도 하고 그런 식으로 독학을 했습니다.
Ah, okay. So Taejin did say that you did work, working with marionettes at first. But then you seeked out some of the people that were really skilled in this. So you did actually have a very good teacher. So it's very important, I think, to learn from someone very big and very important. So that being said, because you are so well known and you also went around the world learning how to create these things, you preserve tradition through your work, Korean tradition through your work, and you even share it with the world. Now, I heard that you even went to Italy last year as well. 작년에 이탈리아 공연을 다녀오셨다고 들었는데요.
네, 인칸티 축제에 다녀왔습니다.
Ah, Incanti, the Incanti festival. Okay, so was there any like really memorable feedback that you had from foreigners? Because a lot of foreigners probably going to see it for the first time. 네, 외국인 관객의 피드백 중에 기억 남는 에피소드나 들으신 거 있으실까요?
저희 인형극이 대사가 상당히 많지만 그래도 비주얼적으로 많이 전환이 되거든요. 그런 걸 보고 외국 관광객분들이 한국의 색채를 받고 한국의 매력, 장단과 인형이 노는 거에 대해서 굉장히 즐겁게 흥미롭게 봤다라는 피드백이 있었습니다.
Okay, so Taejin did say that a lot of the feedback that you got from the foreigners was that they were able to feel not only your skill and your passion for puppetry and puppet making, but also they were very much easily able to recognize the charms of Korea. You're able to see the charms of Korea through your puppet work. So you heard that a lot when you were in Italy. So you're doing a great service to expanding Korean tradition throughout the world. So we are almost time. It's time for you to actually draw your 인생 graph, your life graph. So 인생 그래프 그릴 시간 다 왔네요. So while you draw your graph, we are going to take a listen to a song. So 이제 은대진 대표님이 그 인생 그래프 그리시면서 저희는 노래 들어보겠습니다. We're going to take a listen to a song. This is 광대 or Joker by 춘몽, and we'll be right back.
안녕하십니까 소매자락이 홀로 싱그러운 미소로 인사합니다. 안녕들 하십니까 눈물 자국이 또를 흘러도 웃는 광대랍니다. 우스워 마시오 무엇을 들었기에 비웃으시나 두려워 마시오 무엇을 행했기에 도망치는가 나 조그맣지만 커다란 광대 나는 조그맣지만 커다란 악몽 세상을 번쩍 뒤엎고 붉은 강물을 이때를 죽인 채로 여기 이곳에 갇혀버린 라라라라라라라 라라라라라라 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 우스워 마시오 무엇이 당당해서 웃고 계시나 두려워 마시오 무엇을 해드릴지 아직 모르니까 슬퍼도 하나도 기뻐도 웃는 내 입 따라 활짝 웃어보게 닮은 당신이 작고도 커다란 광대가 될지도 모르니까 내가 무섭나 두렵나 무섭나 도망치고 싶은가 뭐가 그리 심각한가 웃어 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 나 조그맣지만 커다란 광대 나는 조그맣지만 커다란 악몽 하차 깜빡 손바닥 위에 작은 흠집 띄우려다 박수를 쳐 당신을 터쳐 이곳에 온 넌 조그맣지만 커다란 광대 너는 조그맣지만 커다란 악몽 아하 맞아 손가락 사이 흘러보낸 머리카락을 날개 삼아 강 건너 삶을 이곳으로 소중한 장난들 조그맣고 커다란 광대가 인사하네.
All right, you guys are listening to and watching Culture Crunch here on Arirang Radio and TV. Now, today on Creme de la Creme, we are joined by the puppet maker, puppeteer, and planner, the the multi-entertainer here, Dae-jin, with us in the studio. Now, we did have you draw your life graph, but before that, I kind of wanted to ask a few more questions about you personally. So it is actually almost your 10th anniversary since starting with 음악 깽깽. I can't believe 10 years has gone by that quickly, but I did want to say you must have had some difficult times during your 10 years working through 음악 깽깽, correct? So 음악 깽깽이 이제 곧 10주년이 되시는데요. 그동안 힘든 일도 많으셨어요?
네, 어쨌든 그 전통 인형극을 가지고 창작으로 다시 현 시대에 맞게 인형극을 만들다 보니까 저희가 그 무엇을 바라보고 가야 된다는 그게 없었기 때문에 항상 저희가 선두에 서 있었어요. 그런 점이 가장 어려웠죠.
Okay. So Dae-jin did say that, well, working in an industry like this, it's often difficult to, in the beginning and as you're going, it's kind of difficult to look at where you're going, find out where you're going, the path that you're going, the direction that you're going. It can be very difficult to really discern what that might be. So during these times, though, how did you overcome these sort of challenges? So 어떻게 극복하고 계신 거죠?
저희는 좀 어렵더라도 저희 자체에서 제작이 가능하기 때문에 쉴 때에도 계속해서 제작을 합니다. 그래서 이제 조금 괜찮아지면은 그런 공연들이 많이 올라가고 해가지고 그런 식으로 해서
Okay.
극복하고 있습니다.
So the answer, I guess, Dae-jin is saying that the answer is, you're able to, even when you're resting, at all times, you're able to continuously produce make these puppets, and from there you can get ideas so that, when the opportunity arises, it's easier to kind of move on towards a performance. So it is important to stay moving, of course. So before 음악 깽깽, though, you fell in love with 남사당. When exactly was that? So 남사당에 빠지셨는데 그게 언제였죠?
제가 정확히 19살 때
19살.
남사당에 들어가게 됐습니다.
Okay, so Dae-jin said that you remember very clearly. It was when you were 19, and if we look at the monitor here, we can see pictures of you when you were 19. So I did want to say though that it is not very common. It is not a common interest for young people, to like traditional Korean arts at such a young age. But was there a particular reason, or was there something that inspired you when you were younger? So 어린 나이에 그 국악에 관심을 갖게 되는 건 뭐 흔한 일 아니잖아요. 특별한 계기가 있으셨나요?
계기가 저희 집안이 약간 국악 집안이셔요.
그래요?
네, 저희 할머니가 박녹주 그 문화재셨고 엄마가 가야금을 하셨고
가야금.
누나들이 두 명은 한국무용, 한 명은 판소리를 해가지고 이런 전통에 대해서 이렇게 항상 노출이 돼 있었습니다. 그러다가 이제 남사당에 들어가게 됐습니다.
핏줄이네요.
네네.
it's in your blood. So Dae-jin said that the reason why you got so interested in the traditional Korean arts and traditional Korean music was because it runs in your family. Your grandmother was involved in the traditional Korean arts. Your mother played the 가야금, which we talked about last week actually. 그 지난주 가야금 얘기, 그 검은고 얘기 좀 많이 했었거든요. And of course, your sisters as well are all involved in traditional dance and traditional performance. So, wow, so it is, of course, blood is thicker than water. So I did want to ask, though, when you watch a traditional performance from 남사당, it is very active and it is very kind of fun to watch. It's very active and everyone kind of gets a little bit of excited about it. But from a person who performs in these troupes, I wanted to ask, 남사당의 어떤 점이 재밌나요?
다른 공연보다는 관객한테 초근접으로 다가갈 수 있고 초근접으로 감동을 줄 수 있다는 그런 공연이었다는 게 가장 좋았습니다.
Okay. So Dae-jin did say, of course, that when you're working with something like 남사당, you get to interact with the other performers, but also with the audience as well, and that you're also able to accurately and in a very good way, portray emotion as well. So there's a lot of there's a lot of aspects of fun when it comes to performing this. So I also did hear that you are also working with something called the Gwangdae, and I wanted to ask in particular what exactly that is, because the name, I love the name. 그 이름 되게 마음에 들어요. 뭔가 너무 매력 있는 것 같고. So the Gwangdae는 어떤 곳인지 한번 설명해 주시겠어요?
네, 연희집단 더 광대는 가, 무, 악, 희를 섭렵한 팀이고요. 저희 연희극의 거의 1세대 그 형님들하고 보시면 되겠습니다.
Ah, okay. So the Gwangdae is of a troupe of performers, and it's kind of also like the first generation of the type of performances that you are doing here. So what kind of performances do you do with the Gwangdae? The Gwangdae에서 대표님은 어떤 공연을 하시는지 궁금하네요.
저는 여기저기 다 들어가긴 하는데요.
예.
판굿에 들어가기도 하고
네.
버나 돌리는 거에 들어가기도 하고요. 또 사자탈 안에 들어가기도 합니다.
Ah, okay. So I do believe that we have a video of you working in the Gwangdae, correct? But what do you think is sort of unique about Korean compared to other countries? So the Gwangdae is something that is, you've been doing a variety of different performances. You do a lot of different types of things, and we do have a video of you performing with the Gwangdae. So let's take a quick look at the video so we get a little better idea of what you do. Okay, so we are here in a dark room and we are dancing here. Ooh, look at this. Looks like a music video. Oh, so is this lion? There's a lion here that is dancing here. Is that you? because 사자는
네,
대표님이신가요?
앞사자가 접니다.
앞사자. Oh, okay. So that is actually you. Wow. So this is the kind of performances that you perform with the Gwangdae, correct? This is very traditional, and I feel like you would see this, in like various festivals and stuff. So, wow, that is very unique, very interesting. And you do lots of festivals as well, like 축제 같은 거나 like 그런 것도 많이 하시나요?
네, 많이
Okay,
다니고
so you
있습니다.
do lots of festivals as well with this really interesting sort of performance. So, of course, we had you draw your life graph, and we do have to take a look at your life graph. There's a lot of a lot of things here. So 한번 그 인생 그래프 한번 보겠습니다. So 그 여기 10살부터 여기 지금까지 하나씩 다 설명해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
10살 때부터 고등학교 19살 남사당 들어가기 전까지는 그 한국의 뭐 청소년처럼 평범하게 살았습니다. 즐겁게 살다가 19살 때 이제 남사당에 들어가기까지가 부모님 설득이 좀 오래 걸렸어요.
아.
예. 그래서 그 당시에 되게 힘들었고 그러면서 이제 학교를 진학하게 되면서 20살로 올라오면서
네.
연희를 또 학교에서 전공으로 배우면서 너무 즐겁게 30대까지 가다가
Okay, wait, 잠시만요. 제가 한번 통역해 보겠습니다. So from 10 to 19, of course, that is when you are a young kid and you kind of just live normally, and every kid is mostly the same. But when you get to 19 and down to 20, that was when you got involved with Namsadang, right? So it did take a while for your parents to come around with the idea of you doing that. But at 20, you got into college and you were kind of learning the things that you wanted to learn, and you had a lot of fun doing that. That's why you had a sudden steep rise as you get from 20 to 30. So 그 30살부터 한번 설명해 주세요.
네, 30살부터 이렇게 가다가 제가 34살에 연희공방 음악의 이제 창단하게 됐는데요. 이제 처음이다 보니까 좀 우여곡절이 많았어요. 그러면서 다시 공연으로 한국에서 또 많이 이렇게 하고 다니다가 좀 괜찮겠다 싶었는데 코로나가 한번 터졌습니다. 네.
Right. Okay.
이때는 모든 팀이 다 힘들었죠.
그렇죠.
그래서 코로나를 이겨내고 보니까 그 다음부터 이제 계속해서 상승 곡선을 타고 있습니다.
Ah, okay. So explaining 30 to 34 was when you started learning the various aspects of your trade that were very difficult, and you had a hard time, learning it, hard time practicing it, and you kind of were figuring out your footing in the industry that you work in. But after that, you kind of went upwards a lot. You went upwards a lot, and it's because you really started to get into it. You learned what there was to do. You learned what it took for you to work in the industry that you have. But then, of course, much like the rest of the world, Corona happened and we fell for 2 to 3 years, correct? So 지금 근데 코로나 끝나고 확 올라갔어요. So 왜 갑자기 막 이렇게 올라가신 거죠?
저희 단체가 코로나 때도 사실 작업을 쉬진 않았거든요. 예. 그때도 계속 작품을 만들고 있었기에 그게 이제 기반이 돼서 코로나가 좀 풀어지면서부터 쭉 올라간 것 같습니다. 네.
Okay. So Daejin did say that just because Corona, happened, of course, we were limited on what we could do, holding performances, kongyans. It was kind of hard to do that because of social distancing and all of that. But the work did not stop when you it was during Corona. So you made all of these different productions, you made all of these different dolls, and when Corona started to let up a little bit, you were able to put these out, and that's where you are now. That's where we are now. So, okay, so you've been busy. 계속 막 코로나 때도 엄청 바쁘셨겠네요. You must have been busy during Corona as well then.
네네, 그래도 코로나 때도 많이 바빴습니다. 네.
Okay. So this I kind of do like to ask, a lot of our people that come in here, what is it like looking at your life graph? Because you did mention that you never did really draw a life graph before. So 이렇게 한번 쭉 돌아보시니까 어떠세요?
쭉 돌아보니까 저희 같이 동고동락했던 팀원들도 많이 생각나고 같이 이겨낸 그때 시절도 많이 생각이 납니다.
Right. Okay. So Daejin did say that while looking at this, you think of, obviously you look through your life, but you're also very thankful, and you think of the people that kind of worked with you through this, and the people that are that were produced with you. So yeah, that is, you of course have to think about these people when you do this. So we are going to continue on with interviewing our puppet maker guest today, but we are going to take a quick listen to our listener's guide, and we'll be right back. Catch Culture Crunch on Arirang Radio at 11 a.m. KST every day. You can listen to our show via the Arirang Radio application, which you can download from your app store, or watch the program on Arirang TV. If you're in the Jeju area, tune in to 88.7 in Jeju City, 88.1 in Seogwipo City, or 101.9 in the Daejeong area. If you're in Busan, you can listen from BEFM 90.5, and in the Kijang, Noksan, Jeongwan areas, tune in to 103.3. You can also join us on our YouTube live stream. The channel is Arirang Radio K-pop. And if you miss any of these, don't worry. You can catch the radio rerun at 2 a.m. KST every day. Don't forget, there are exclusive episodes on Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. KST only on Arirang Radio. Head to the Culture Crunch Send Messages board on the Arirang Radio website, or email us at culturecruncharirang@gmail.com to send us your song requests and messages. Okay, everyone, you are watching and listening to Culture Crunch here on Arirang Radio and TV. This is Creme de la Creme, and we are joined by the master puppet maker, Daejin, with us in the studio. We are taking a fascinating look into your life, and it is a very unique one indeed. But I wanted to ask you, you have such a passion for puppet making and puppeteering and production of these grand and traditional performances. But I wanted to ask you, if you were born again, would you work with the Dormi dolls again in your next life? So 다시 태어나도 덜미와 함께 하실 건가요?
네, 다시 태어나도 덜미와 함께 하고 싶습니다.
Okay. So it's true love, I feel. It's a true passion. So Daejin did say that, yes, even in another life, you would be more than happy to. You would want nothing more than to work with Dormi dolls again. I feel that the charm of Dormi dolls is something that is powerful, I feel. So, but why do you feel that you would want to work with Dormi again in the next life? Dormi의 매력은 무엇일까요?
덜미의 매력은 세상의 모든 자아를 그 인형을 통해서 관객한테 다양하게 보여줄 수 있다는 게 가장 큰 매력인 것 같습니다.
Okay, so Daejin did say that one of the biggest charms, the biggest charm of the Dormi, the puppets that you work with, is that you can express any aspect of life, any aspect of society, any aspect of emotion through the puppets, so that is something that you find very charming about it. So 대표님께 한국의 전통은 무슨 의미죠? What is traditional Korean to you?
한국의 전통은 말 그대로 정체성이라고 생각을 합니다. 네.
Okay, so Taejin did say that Korean tradition is the identity of Korea. And I think you must think that 정체성은 엄청 중요하다고 생각하셔서 이렇게 뭐 그 인형 갖고 이렇게 하시는 거겠죠. So you are, of course, you think that you of course think that the identity of Korea, preserving the identity of Korea, is so important when it comes to tradition. So that is why you work with them. So I wanted to ask though, do you have anything coming up in the future? Anything that you're planning right now? Any new performances? Because you are very busy. You work as a puppeteer. You work as a puppet maker. You produce these performances. So 준비하고 계신 공연이나 뭐 창작 계획 있으실까요?
예, 올해 2개의 창작 공연이 올라가는데요. 8월 달에 층간 소음을 주제로 한 네이버후드라는 그 공연이 올라가고 이제 11월 달에는 저희 꼭두각시 노름에 상여거리라고 있는데 그거를 확장한 공연이 올라가는데 그때는 진짜 나무 목상여 꼭두 상여가 제작되어집니다.
Okay. So, wow, 엄청 바쁘시겠네요. 8월에도 하시고 12월에도 하시네요.
11월.
11월.
네.
Okay, 11월. So, Taejin said that there are 2 big productions coming up with your production, and that is in August and also in November. You have productions coming up, so that people that are interested or curious about the use of these puppets can stay tuned and go look for these productions in the future. So we have an official question here on the show. Very quickly, I wanted to ask, 덜미란 어떤 의미인지 한번 설명해 주세요.
덜미는
대표님께서.
한국에서.
대표님께. 예.
덜미는 저를 표현할 수 있는 단어인 것 같기도 하고요.
네.
한국의 이제 전통 인형극인 목덜미를 쥐고 부린다 하는
Okay.
그런 의미도 있죠.
Of course.
네.
Okay, so Taejin did say that it is tied in closely with what I asked earlier, was what is Korean tradition. So it is the same as Korean tradition. It's explaining that. So I do want to send you off with a song today. I want to thank you so much for joining us. 오늘 나와주셔서 너무 감사드립니다. 너무 재밌었어요. 좀 많이 배운 것 같습니다.
감사합니다.
저도 한번 공연 보러 가고 싶습니다. So I did say that I want to go and watch one of these performances myself, and I'm very thankful that he came to join us. So we're going to be sending you off with a song. This is 그래 웃어봐, Give Me a Smile by M Signal, and I'll be seeing you guys all tomorrow on Culture Crunch. Bye bye.
그래 웃어봐 행복이 오게 그래 웃어봐 사랑도 내 품에 안기게 저 하늘별처럼 많은 꿈들도 그래 일어나 주저앉지 마 그래 일어나 하루에 한 걸음이라도 느린 걸음도 괜찮을 거야 나의 눈에 눈물 고여올 때 나의 볼에 눈물 흐를 때면 크게 소리 질러 슬픔도 놀라도 멈출 거야 다시 뛰어가면 되니